Okay, we're getting close to the end of our equations. We are going to do some multi-step inequalities today. We've done multi-step equations, so now we'll have some multi-step greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than or equal to. A couple of things I want to go over. We're going to get into a new rule today where we are multiplying by negative numbers. And there is a special step for this rule. I'm going to do let me clean that one up a little bit. Let's make it something different. Okay, we're going to be multiplying and dividing by negative numbers, and there is a specific rule. When you, okay, here's our rule. When you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must, I cannot emphasize this enough, you must flip the inequality sign. For example, let's go over here. I've got negative 4x is greater than 16. I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 4. And by rule, this will cancel. And I have to flip, change direction, the inequality sign. And then 16 divided by negative 4 is going to give me negative 4. Again, anytime you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the inequality sign. Second example over here, I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 4. So those cancel. I have to flip the sign. And 8 times negative 4 is negative 32. It doesn't matter if the answer is negative. It matters what you are multiplying or dividing by. Again, multiply or divide by a negative number, flip the sign. So let's look at some bigger problems. Okay, we've seen these types of problems before, just had equal signs on them. Not a big deal. I've got x's all on one side, so I want to get rid of the negative 2 and I want to get rid of the negative 8. I'm going to get rid of the negative 8 first because it's farthest away. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides. This cancels. I'm left with negative 2x is greater than or equal to 20. Now this is our new rule right here. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. Because it's a negative number, I have to flip the inequality sign. And my answer is x is less than or equal to negative 10. How about 18 is greater than or equal to 4x plus 8? Again, all my x's are on one side, so I want to get rid of that 8 by subtracting it. So I end up with 10 is greater than or equal to 4x. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 4. And this is just a fraction that's going to be reduced. So that's going to be 5 over 2. Those 4's cancel. Now I'm going to change this around so I have my x first. That my inequality is open up to the 5 halves. So I'm going to put my 5 halves over here. Okay, both of those answers are correct. I just like to have my x first out of personal preference. You could have a something like this. I do have some like terms on the same side, so I'm going to go ahead and put those together. I have 4x and minus 8x. 4x minus 8x is negative. Those are gone. Then I have my plus 8 less than or equal to 10. I want to subtract 8 from both sides. So I have negative 4x less than or equal to 2. Now, here's my new rule again. I'm going to divide by negative 4. Those cancel. I flip my sign. Now, what's 2 over negative 4? 4 doesn't go into differently, but it will reduce to negative 1/2. Again, the negative sign could be down on the 2. It doesn't make a difference. It's still just negative 1/2. Okay, so that is multi-step inequalities. Make sure you combine like terms if you have them. And the most important rule of today is if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you will change your inequality sign. We'll see you tomorrow.